All right, I really want to talk about this particular topic because this topic is very important. And, obviously you guys know I love Square Enix, or I used to anyway. And it's quite unfortunate what they turned into. But we have an article here from That Park Place with a headline that reads, former Sweet Baby Inc. client Square Enix takes a $350 million hit in value as their stock plummets. This story, when I read the headline, I was like, wow, this is pretty insane. And I don't know how much more bad news Square Enix can possibly take before things start to really take its toll. I think Square Enix is at the point now where Final Fantasy XIV can't even subsidize them anymore. You guys know for the longest time that Final Fantasy XIV has been subsidizing them for a long, long time. And now we're at the point where I just don't think that's possible anymore. I don't think Final Fantasy XIV can subsidize Square Enix anymore. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth did not sell nowhere near as much as the original remake, and there's a bunch of reasons for that. And Final Fantasy XVI, while I did enjoy it, sold a lot less than what they were hoping for. Then you got to couple it with the fact that Forspoken lost them an ungodly amount of money. And then on top of that, Marvel's Avengers lost them an ungodly amount of money too. We're talking hundreds of millions of dollars between two video games. You guys already know about their operating revenue. They went from 380 million operating revenue all the way down to less than 90 million in 1 year. It's not looking good. Things are looking terrible. And it seems as if, I don't know, it seems as if like the investors are just now starting to wake up, which is odd because I feel like this has been happening for a while, but they're just now starting to wake up. They're just now starting to pull out. Apparently, a lot of people have sold. Anyway, let's read what this is because they took a massive dip in the Japanese market recently. So it says Square Enix shareholders received a rude awakening Monday as the video game company behind Final Fantasy and Kingdom Hearts saw a 10-point dip in the Japanese market. This equates to a market capitalization loss that measures in the hundreds of millions. I want you guys to understand something. Square Enix is a company that it's one of those like I thought they could do no wrong kind of companies, right? Kind of like old school BioWare and old school Blizzard. I thought they could do no wrong. And then seeing them make these decisions that they've been making for the past few years now, it really sucks. It sucks to see yet another studio that is known for some incredible stories and incredible IPs just trash themselves, right? It's not even like someone else is trashing them. It's like they're trashing themselves. It's kind of like having a friend who's addicted to drugs and you're trying to help them, but you really know that there's probably no chance you're going to be able to help them. And they're at the point where they're self-harming so much that it's only a matter of time before they kind of, it's like at what point do we say this is what they want, right? It sucks. So it's the same kind of situation. So let's talk about it. It says the drop came in the wake of Square Enix financial report that actually offered some good news to investors. The company saw $136 million in profits over a 6-month period ending in September of 2024. This represents a year-over-year increase of 22%. I wonder how much of that came from Final Fantasy XVI selling on Steam. In all actuality, let me see if I can look up the numbers really quick. Final Fantasy XVI, I think it did bad for a Final Fantasy game, but again, this game has been out for years already. So almost 30,000 concurrent on Steam. Not that great, but you got to imagine this was another few 100,000 copies, right? If we were to take these estimates seriously, we got at least another couple of 100,000 copies. So this definitely helped them in terms of their overall money. But look at the reviews. Look at the reviews. The reviews aren't that great on Steam. They're actually equivalent to Dragon Age of Veilguard. 76% positive rating. Over 2,600 negative reviews. 9,100 positive reviews. 1,600 players in the game right now. You know what I'm saying? So this is not good. It's not like, sure, it helped them, but what's going to happen in their next quarter? What's going to happen when they don't have this anymore? Right? And it only helped them barely. We're talking about a company that lost hundreds of millions of dollars. Sure, congratulations. You made $136 million in 6 months. But what about the hundreds of millions of dollars you lost over the past couple of years? You still got to make all that up. Whatever. Anyway. However, several worrisome figures seemingly caused enough unease for the stock to still take a hefty hit. Despite the increase over that 6-month period, operating profits had been on a heavy decline throughout 2024. Most notably, Square Enix found itself 27% down in Q3 of 2024. Wait a second. So you were down 27% and now you're up 24%? Okay, whatever. Square started November with a valuation of $4.68 billion. This number was based on the company's outstanding shares and the Square Enix stock price. However, it has since lost up to $350 million in value. That's rough, bro. That is rough. So yeah, they're still down overall. They're still down overall, no matter what, no matter how you look at it. And again, you guys got to remember, when it comes to these companies, they're going to try to make things look as good as possible, right? They want these investors not to panic. So they're going to try to make it look as good as possible. And the way they talk about the numbers is meant to reflect that. But at the end of the day, they're overall still down, and they're down hard. And again, I want people to understand this. I'm a player of Final Fantasy 14. You know this. I've been around since the beginning. Since the original 1.0, I've been around forever. That game cannot be the savior of Square Enix. It can't. It just can't. It's not going to. Not in the long term. Sure, it might have been in the beginning. It's had a good long run, but eventually it's going to start to fade. It's only a matter of time. And Square Enix has to get another couple of big hits in there. Otherwise, they're going to get fucked. Right? Like, what does Square Enix have coming out recently? Or soon, right? Square Enix. I know they got Dragon Quest HD 2D Remake. I know they got that, right? When is that coming out? Did it come out already? Dragon Quest HD 2D Remake release date November 14th. So it's okay. Oh, wow. Today. Lols. It came out today. Ha ha. Nice. There you go. 17,311 so far. For a Dragon Quest game, I'm sure that's not bad. But overall, I mean, it's not looking good.